Hello, everybody. It's Dr. Rick dropping in on you. Hope everybody's having an unbelievable week to this point. I hope that you're excited about the future that you're creating for your life. I hope that you are committed to the process and the path. I hope that you have mentally prepared yourself to go the distance because at the end of the day, that's what it's about. It's not your resources, it's not your connections, it's not how smart you are, it's not how experienced you are. It's the bottom line is, are you willing to go the distance to obtain the things in life that you say you want? Because you will be challenged. You will experience setbacks. You will experience difficulty. You will experience times of disappointment and frustration. The question is, are you willing to go the distance? Man, today is Wealth Building Wednesday. This is the day we talk about the ability to not only put yourself in a situation where you remove a lot of life stressors by being properly prepared financially, but you also create the capacity to pass down that wealth and give your offspring, your lineage, your line, your bloodline, a an advantage and a fighting chance and a head start compared to where you started. So we're going to talk about today 10 principles, 10 key principles to wealth building. Before I do, I want to give you, to me, this is the best thing I've done this year, bar none. You've heard me talk about the Legacy Wealth Path to Generational Wealth course. It is an 18-month course. I have spent the last 10 years researching, interviewing, and everything else to find the people with the most knowledge to help me create this course. This is beyond my pay grade, but I wanted to create something that people could literally engage and grow and prepare themselves. I'm literally, as I did the research, taught myself, learned, and am still learning. But I want to introduce it to you. And as I told you initially, this course is regularly priced at $2,600, $2,595. Today, and for the remainder of the week, this course is going to be $99. And for today, I'm throwing everything. This is just, it's Wealth Building Wednesday, and I really truly want to get there. But the reason it's $99 is right now we are doing a market test on the course. And the course, we're going to determine where we're going to really push the course as far as what market it's primed for. But we're doing a market test. And so for the remainder of this week, it's $99. But for the remainder of this day, you get the $2,600 Legacy Wealth course for $99. You get the 7-day online business launch course, which is the blueprint of how I create revenue streams online consistently and how I operate and rebuilt my business after a difficult situation. That's a regular $599 course. It's free. The Mind Unleashed course, preparing yourself for success mentally, a $599 course, free. The Ascension personalized success and growth plan, a plan that literally specifically creates a plan for you based off of your personality assessment, your DISC assessment, 20 questions that I personally designed and developed for you to be able to get the optimal results. We designed this specifically personalized course for you. Plan for you. Nobody else is going to have your plan but you, because nobody else has your life but you. That's $99. You're going to get that free. The Power of Paradigms course is an $899 course. Shifting paradigms shifts the lens through which you view life, changes how you see life, addresses your limiting beliefs, changes what you expect and believe out of life and how you process things, ultimately opening up the possibilities of life. That course is free. So you're going to get the $2,600 Legacy Wealth course for $99. You're going to get the 7-day online business launch course free, the Mind Unleashed course free, the Personalized Success and Growth Plan free, and the Power of Paradigms course free. That is all the bonuses I mentioned only today. It ends at 11:59 tonight. The $99 course, that particular market test is going on through the remainder of the week. So take advantage of it. Again, this is an 18-month course. This isn't something you just go and in a couple of weeks, you're done with it and you say, okay, this thing is literally the blueprint to turning your life into whatever you want it to be financially. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to jump into the 10 key principles of wealth building. Uh, Obviously, this is to me the foundation. This is the foundation based off of what I've learned, what I've been able to ascertain, what these people who have mastered the game have told and sold and showed me. I'm going to share with you in a real brief thing. But that course is, again, it's going to take 18 months to get through it. This isn't something you go read it. It's video on video on video on video lecture, worksheets, planning, the ability to set up your own particular wealth plan. All of this stuff is in this course. The 7 Steps to Financial Freedom is a course within a course. All this stuff is in there. So that's that. But anyway, the first thing is financial education. Financial education is a key principle. Whenever I'm talking about financial literacy, I get a lot of people that, you know, look at experience. That's this thing called learned helplessness. And then there's this thing called vicarious learned helplessness in society. And it is learned helplessness is trying something over and over again and coming to the conclusion because you cannot seem to achieve it, that it's impossible. So you stop trying. Vicarious learned helplessness is developing a learned helplessness through watching other people attempt and try and not get it. And what happens is in the poverty mindset, in the poverty environment, there's this idea that because over and over you've tried, you can't, and that there are certain things that are needed in order to do it. So there's this real true belief that no matter how much you know about money, you can never get it unless you have it. And that's not true. Financial literacy is extremely important in developing the capacity to build wealth. Do you need to have resources? Yes, but I've seen people with $12 an hour jobs become millionaires simply following principles. So it's important to have a financial education, to have financial literacy, and not to belittle it. Financial literacy in and of itself will not create it, but you can't have wealth without it, because we see this how many times where somebody wins the lottery or gets a settlement from some kind of accident or something, and they have a large lump sum in their hands, and before you know it, that money is gone. Why? Because they didn't have the proper education on what to do with money. The person with the proper education, you can take everything they have and they'll rebuild. The person without the education, you can give them everything and they'll lose it. And there's a reason behind it. So being able to educate yourself, that's why this course is so important. Next is budgeting and saving, creating a budget that outlines your income, expenses, and it's a plan. Whenever you don't plan to succeed, you're really planning to fail. You just like you need a plan for success, a plan for your career, a plan for your future, a plan for your marriage, a plan for your kids. You need a plan for your money. You need to know exactly how much money you have coming in. How are you going to allocate that money? How much of it's going to expenses? How much it is discretionary spending? How much of it is going to be invested down the line, and there needs to be a plan. Without that plan, you're going to be just taking shots in the dark and hoping something good happens. And we know how that turns out. Every now and then you'll get something great, but consistently you're going to be frustrated in your financial situations because you don't have a plan. Setting goals, establish clear financial goals. What are your goals? Goals are these things that allow you to create accountability. Goals aren't just something that says, I've got this now. Goal is actually say, okay, that's where I'm going. And when you determine where you're going, now you have to determine how you're going to get there. When you determine how you're going to get there, then there are these steps you take, and these steps are measurable so you can have yourself accountable. And if you have accountability partners, even greater, because they can sit up and say, we were supposed to do this today, or we were supposed to have this done by this week or this month. And where are we? And what have we done? And what do we need to do in order to achieve it? It is the path, not just the setting of a destination, but it is the path to achieve or arrive at the destination that has the accountability. So you need to have that setting goals. Then living below your means. One of the biggest things, one of the biggest problems. We live in a nation where everybody's living at or above their means. What does that mean? A lot of people are in debt. Why? Because they're buying things they can't afford, so they get it on credit. What happens now? Your debt is the number one enemy to wealth. When you talk about net worth, what is net worth? Net worth is your total asset holdings, all the things that you consider asset, that have everything that you own or you control that has value, minus what? Your debt, all your liabilities, everything that takes away from you on a regular basis is a what? Liability and debt, and it works against your net worth. Debt is the number one enemy. And what do? We live at or above our means. Learn how to reduce that. You have people, this is why how much money you make isn't the number one indicator of how close you are to achieving wealth. Because one thing that Robert Kiyosaki did in his book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, his rich dad was his friend's father who owned his own business, which he started by running it out of his living room. Remember, for those who read the book, his poor dad was the director of education for the state of Hawaii. I think he was making at the time $160,000 a year, but they were living at their means. They were one paycheck away from being in financial disruption and disarray. While this guy who was building his business from his home was managing money, had a financial plan, had scalability, controlled his value by being able to what? Build out and grow what he was building. And there was no cap to it. And he was living what? Below his means. His money was being reinvested into what? His business. Your business is a part of your net worth. That's why I'm always talking about build a business. Why? Because it's a great place to invest your net worth, to invest money, to hold and protect the value of your asset instead of having it highly vulnerable as liquid assets like cash. Anyway, the next one, invest wisely. Again, because you have what? A financial education, you have financial awareness, you have growing experience because you're consistently becoming better and surrounding yourself with people like-minded, you will develop the ability to make wise choices in what you invest in. This is not gambling. This is not Las Vegas or any other casinos around this world. This is finding the best opportunity with the best long-term projections to invest your finances in, to grow your finances, expand your finances, diversify and hedge your finances to protect yourself against overall catastrophic loss. So that's important. Compound interest, my best friend, the thing I love to talk about most out of every freaking thing is compound growth. Compounding is investing in things that grow in a compound interest. Most people on the poverty side of things or on the day-to-day rat race side of things are dealing with compound interest on the wrong side. They're dealing with compounding debt. So they've got a house that the longer it takes to pay for, the more they pay for the house. They've got a car and a bunch of other revolving things that the longer it takes to pay for it, the more they pay for it. So the sooner you pay it off, the less interest you pay on it versus investing in something that's compounding interest in growth. And so what you do, you take the growth, and instead of taking the growth out, you reinvest the growth, and then that gets compounded. And over time, you're just building this long-term situation where not only are you setting yourself up for retirement, but you're creating what you're going to be able to pass down, hopefully by way of trust. We talk about that at other times, but hopefully by way of trust, but things you'll be able to pass down to your bloodline. And that's so important. Then the next one is risk management, asset and managing risks associated with financial decisions. The one thing that was consistent, and there were a number of things that were consistent across the board with these people that I was able to talk to. And you'll learn about these people in the course, what their expertise is, what they're known for, why they're great at it, what they're good at. But here's the thing. This risk management is the ability to be aware of what you're doing. So it's not just finding good investments. It's the understanding what is the risk factor. How much do I stand to lose? They actually, to a man, are more concerned with what they stand to lose than what they stand to gain. See, that's the difference between gambling and investing. A gambler is looking at what they stand to win. I could win all this if I do this. The the investor is looking at what they stand to lose. Also, they're looking at what it will it cost them. There's a commission, there's fees, there's all these different things that are going to be. What's the tax liability on the investment if it pays out? How can I hedge or protect against tax liability? All of these things are part of the risk management. This is something, again, that comes with what? The financial education, the ability to understand things, the ability to know what costs you, what hits. It's so many people that are banking on their 401k and don't realize how much they're paying annually in fees because they haven't been taught to look for what it's costing them to play that game. And the mastering of the game is understanding the cost, the risk involved. What are you, how is it being played? When you're talking about most of these markets, you're talking about zero sum games. In order to win, somebody's losing. So you got to make sure you win more than you lose. Everybody loses, but you've got to win more than you lose to win. It's that simple. It's that simple. Okay, continuous improvement. You've got to seek opportunities to improve consistently. You've got to seek opportunities to grow, to expand, to become, to win. You got to learn, read books, talk to people, go to workshops and conferences, watch lectures and interviews of people who have done it. This is something you should be consistently learning about, consistently reading about, consistently adapting to. Finally, patience and long-term perspective. Again, one of the differences between investing and gambling is taking a patient and long-term perspective in how you're viewing it. This isn't about getting everything now. This is about laying a foundation that is the most secure. There is no 100% guarantee out there. But what it is that if you put the 100% guarantee is this, that if you consistently grow, consistently get better, your chances of winning increase. Now, it's up to you to increase those chances. It's up to you to get to where you want to be. It's up to you to give enough priority to it. And I'll be honest with you. I'm going to close this out and I'll be honest with you. One of the biggest things that I see is we give priority to the wrong things. The one thing that we do with these market tests, the one thing I do consistently on social media is I gather data for the purpose of processing where we at socially, where we at mentally, where we at and how we view life. What are we giving value to? And we give value to the wrong thing, the things that could literally set us up. If it doesn't shine, if it's not sensationalized, if it doesn't sound like it's fun, we don't want to get into it. And the things that literally can set us up to really have massive control over our future and our destiny, we don't give energy or time to. You've got to have a long-term mentality of looking at things to understand why it's important to make certain decisions now, why it's important to do certain things that probably won't have an immediate outcome, but are necessary to ensure that 10 years from now, 5 years from now, even 3 years from now, you're not dealing with XYZ because you made the right choices today. A lot of the things that you're dealing with that you don't like, that you're not happy with, are because of thoughts, choices, and decisions and actions that you made a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and on. And so what do? You've got to be willing to look and say, okay, how important are my finances to me? And if they're important, then it can't just be what can I get now? It's how do I set up my future? It's a different mindset. Everybody's looking for the quick win. Everybody has this microwave instant gratification mindset, and we keep losing because of it. So my goal is to try to encourage you to take action on things that allow you to lay a foundation that you can rest firmly on, stabilize yourself, and build something that you can pass down to generations to come. So that's that. So again, for the remainder of the week, the $2,600 Path to Generational Wealth 18-month course, online course, is now $99. This is a market test promotion. It's going to be over at the end of the week. But today only, there are bonuses. The bonuses are the 7-day online business launch course, a $599 course free. The Mind Unleashed course, a $599 course free. The Ascension personalized 6-month success and growth plan, a $99 value, worth way more than that because it costs more than that. But we're giving it away at $99. You get that free. You get the Power of Paradigms course, an $899 course free. That's all over after today. The $99 price on the 18-month Path to Generational Wealth course, that will be there until the end of the week. But it's up to you. What are you going to do with it? The ball is in your court. As look, I'm getting off of here. I've got some things I got to prepare for. I got a client at the top of the hour, but I want to stop in and share that with you. Look, what your future looks like is completely up to you. You don't get to determine the circumstances all the time. You don't get to determine the situations, but you do get to determine how you prepare for them, how you respond to them, and how you learn and build from them. That's up to you. As I always say, I'm going to live my life on full each and every day so that when I leave this place, I dial an E. I challenge you to do the same thing. On that note, I'm out of here. You guys have an unbelievable remainder of your day.